I just picked up an unaccompanied minor doing rideshare, and when I asked what the destination is, told me prison, court, the unemployment line, or all the above. Please, drivers, this is such a terrifying topic. Driver safety is so important. I'm going to share some reasons why unaccompanied minors want these kind of rides. From a driver perspective, I'm going to give you all the dangerous things that can happen to you that's going to make any one of these rides completely not worth it. So please join me. If you're having any sort of unaccompanied minor getting into your car, watch out. Rideshare and unaccompanied minors is such an important topic. Welcome. My name is Russ, and I love making videos to help you. Please let this make you think and realize, is it worth the potential money or all the huge fallout that could happen when one of these rides goes wrong? Have you ever wondered, why do children need rides, especially in Uber and Lyft vehicles? Well, a primary thing is going to school. That takes up a lot of their time. So Uber drivers and Lyft drivers like you would be asked to take them to school, get them there safely and drop them off, and then also take them home at the end of the day. Now, in high school, children may want rides to get off campus and go to lunch, visit their friends, and then all pile in your car and you take them back in time to get to class. Another reason unaccompanied minors need some rides is to go hang out with their friends. That way they can all meet up someplace and you're there to facilitate it. Another reason unaccompanied minors need a ride is to go visit a divorced or separated parent. Another reason is maybe that unaccompanied minor has an interview to get into acting. Another shocker is to go buy some drugs. Here in California, marijuana is legal. So these unaccompanied minors are so grateful for your services to take them to buy some drugs. When minors aren't in school, they're usually active in sports as well. So drivers like you could take them to their sports team practice and take them home afterwards. Now, I'm sure there's many other reasons why unaccompanied minors desire rides from you, but let's move on. So like you, I would wonder, why in the world would the parent ever let the child out of their control, out of their sight? I don't understand it. Parents' jobs are to raise and protect their children. I really cannot imagine why any parent would do this to their child. So wake up, parents. If you're a parent watching this, please do not risk the safety of your child by putting him or her in a rideshare vehicle. There are other services out there that are designed for this type of service. Take advantage of those. But rideshare, doing Uber and Lyft, is not one of them. Now, drivers, let's cover what are all the bad things that can happen should you choose to take one of these rides. So let's start off with just the easy thing. If there's unaccompanied minors in your vehicle, what stops them from throwing trash, damaging the inside of your car, being rude and offensive to you? What can you do? You're an adult, they are not. You can't touch them. You need to be very cautious as you deal with minors. An adult is legally responsible and physically capable of taking care of themselves. If they misbehave or do something where you need to cancel the ride, any rideshare driver can pull over to a safe location, let them out, and they can figure it out from there. Now, if you happen to be driving an unaccompanied minor, what are you going to do if they misbehave? You can't necessarily cancel the ride because now you're jeopardizing the safety of this child. Yes, the parent doesn't care about them, but you should at this point, because I know I wouldn't want to be held responsible knowing that I have a minor in my protection and I fail to protect them. And I'm not even the parent. This is just a perfect stranger, an unaccompanied minor. Do you see how scary this is getting as we go further into really what can go wrong? So next, let's think about this. What if these unaccompanied minors don't know each other, or they start getting into a fight and getting physical? What do you do then? Are you going to lay hands on a child? As an adult, I don't recommend that. I'm pretty sure we're legally liable for putting our hands on anybody, especially a minor. So what are you going to do? Adults lie. What are you going to do if an unaccompanied minor lies about you? What if they make up something? Have you ever thought about that? How are you going to defend yourself? So I'm pretty sure you already know, you're smart enough to know that you can't touch someone else, especially a minor. Now, what if this minor lies and said that you touched them? What if they say that you struck them? What if they say you touched them inappropriately? You can see how this is going to get pretty scary. What if a minor says that you kidnapped them and wouldn't let them out of your car? What if the minor says that you tried to hit on them and get their phone number so you can go out on a date later? Do you see how scary this could be? So yes, regular adult riders can accuse you of this kind of stuff as well, but I think you recognize in society, it's vastly far worse if a minor accuses you of any impropriety, any unprofessionalism, and especially once you start getting into criminal activity, this is terrifying. Is there something that you can do to protect yourself? Yes. Have a dash camera. Guaranteed, this will protect you. If you're recording all your rides, the interior of your car, as well as pointing forwards, it's going to help you. At least then there's some proof that later you can defend yourself and say that is not what happened. And let me encourage you as well, have a different form of recording capability, not just your dash cam. That way, if it fails, you have a backup. This is about the biggest thing that you can do to protect yourself against a he said, she said type argument. What other kind of protection can you use to keep yourself as safe as possible should you choose to take one of these unaccompanied minor rides? Just know that in general, for adults and children alike, the rideshare companies do have insurance, but I'm pretty sure if there's anything going on with an unauthorized rider, such as an unaccompanied minor, your personal insurance is the one that's going to cover you. So do you want to put your well-being at risk for an unaccompanied minor? Now, yes, I have heard recently that Uber Teen is something that parents can approve and do, but let me tell you, from years in the past, unaccompanied minors were not allowed to be on the platform. And now that Uber is trying to do anything to get as much money as possible, they're saying that they authorize it as long as the parent provides permission. Do you, as a driver already, based on your experience, do you trust Uber? Do you trust Lyft to protect you as the driver? I don't. I know they just want money from anywhere they can get it. So you're already putting yourself at risk in general, having a stranger in your car. But you're going to make it 10 times more risky if it's an unaccompanied minor. So as the driver, and especially as a male driver, you are going to be guilty until proven innocent. Society's going to be against you. The company's going to be against you. That unaccompanied minor's family is going to be against you. You're going to have a serious problem ahead of you, and hopefully you'll recover from it in time, but think of all the money you're going to spend in defending yourself, because automatically all rideshare drivers, as you know, if you ever watch the news or YouTube, you're guilty until you're proven more guilty, and hopefully you'll be proven innocent. Please don't put yourself in this position to risk your livelihood, your freedom, and your finances. Just say no to unaccompanied minors. Now, there's an easy way of telling. It's hard to tell sometimes if a child is a child or an adult. One tip would be is if he or she is carrying a backpack. They're going to school if they have a backpack. And you can always ask for an ID for the person, for this potential rider. And obviously, if they don't have an ID, that'll tell you something right there. Please let me encourage you. Don't take these kind of rides. Whatever money you think you're going to make, it is nothing to the amount of money and time you're going to spend defending yourself should something go wrong. So if you're out doing rideshare, I know times are tough, but be very selective on the riders that you accept, and of course all the other tips dealing with rideshare. I would just say pass on the unaccompanied minors. It is just not worth it. Look at how many times there's families and they're bringing in their little toddler or baby and they don't even have a car seat. So what does that say to you as the driver when you care more about their family than they do? So just don't take unaccompanied minor rides. If you have to mix it up, do food delivery, do catering, grocery shopping along with rideshare. That's far safer than anything to do with an unaccompanied minor. Just don't do it. When I did Rideshare, I knew that unaccompanied minors were an extreme risk, if nothing else, for getting deactivated, and then also the terrible things that I've shared with you. Please do share in the comments if there's any stories that you care to share about good and bad rides as well. So I hope I've made you really carefully consider and go think some more about this. Is it really worth the risk to you to take an unaccompanied minor? Another high-risk activity are intoxicated riders. And believe me, this is good that they take Uber and Lyft to get home safely. But as the driver, you're at high risk as well. So in this next video, I'm giving information to you dealing with drunkard customers. And I hope you find it as valuable as well. And I'll see you there.